What up, traders? It's your boy, Mr. Gentleman T himself, and welcome to Everyday FXT. Oh, god dang! So, guys, I'm back at it, giving you guys what I promised. I don't want to say much. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Just go press that like sign. Go press that that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell to be notified every time when I drop. And then if you find this video very informative, go press that like button after watching it, and comment on the section down below if maybe you're not clear on something, right? Yeah, go subscribe, turn on that notification bell, cause we are going for a joyful ride. So I did say, guys, I'll be very informative at this point, as giving you guys something that will not only help you for that day, but something that will help you in the long run as well. Because I understand now that not everyone who watches my videos is at they at that the peak of knowing and understanding what trading is. You understand? So those little questions that I get. So this was a direct question from someone who asked me, like, Joe, if you're trading, how do you know when to place an entry? Like, how do you know when to say, okay, I'm buying or I'm selling, right? So the question is how to know when to place an entry. When is the right time to place an entry? So first thing first, guys. I won't dive into the basics. So as to like what type of a trader you are, you know. So I don't want to go there, cause in each and every time frame we do find a trend. So first thing first, you have to identify that trend. And identifying that trend, you have to let me move this. You have to know what is the market doing. Is the market forming higher highs? In this case, we are like bullish. Uh, so you have to know, is the market forming higher highs, or is the market uh, descend is the market forming lower highs, right? So this is what first you have to identify, and then when you have once you have identified this, put it into a channel, put it into something like this, put it into a channel, right? Put it into a channel, and then in this case, you have now identified what is the movement, where is the market going, right? So on this side, we can see that the market, on this side that I'm in right now, we can see that the market is bearish. The bears are playing their pet. And then on the other side, you can tell that the market is bullish. The bulls are doing the things to be done. So it's always advisable, guys, that you do not want to place an entry in this area here, in this area here, in this area here. And you first have to understand the law of trading. So the law of trading is you always buy low. you sell high. You don't want to buy something that is expensive. You have to buy it when it's cheap. So buying it when it's cheap, the market is on its highest low. So from here, this is the higher low, but we cannot identify this as a higher low until we know very well. We know, because I can't say from here I know that the market is entering a channel to the upside. No, I cannot say that. So you can see that the market went up, gave us a touch, gave us a second touch, and then gave us a second touch. So we have two touches on the resistance, we have two touches at the support. In this case, now you know that the market is in a channel. You start drawing your trend lines. You don't just see the market touching here and here and then you draw your trend line. No, what happens then? What happens then? It's not like the market, okay, the market did break the higher low, but what if it comes back here? It gives us an equal high and then shoots back down. You don't know that. So you have to look for those touches, like like two touches or more, you know, like two touches or more. Like that is very advisable that you know. So you always want to buy low, right? So the market pushes up, okay, pushes down, right? So you look first for the impulse. You look for that momentum. You look for the movement. How is the market moving? You look those if the market is entering a buying channel, like a very strong bullish channel, you'd see the impulse to the upside, and each and every impulse is followed by correction. So this tells you that okay, the sellers are very weak to take the market down. So you see a impulse of maybe bigger candles, like candles that are very impulse, and then you see correction of like bears trying to take the market down but failing because they don't have that strength. And a next impulse to the upside, and then you see that correction. Okay, now this is clear to me that we in a channel. First touch, second touch, first touch, second touch, third touch. You want to buy low, right? You want to buy low, right? So this is your perfect time to place your entry. This is the perfect point to place your entry, right? This is where you say, I'm buying this pay. Same thing applies to this side. You don't just decide, okay, the market is here. Okay, maybe you as a fundamental trader, you know that okay, this market right now is very expensive, and you want to sell it, so you can identify that. But then, what about the technical traders? So let's not focus more on the fundamentals. Forget it. These things they work together as a group. You know, they work together. There's just no way you can say. But then that's not the main point. It's not the main reason why we're here. So in this instant, we see the market coming down, very impulse move to the downside, a correction, right? And it could be maybe an impulse to the downside, very strong impulse, and an impulse to the upside, but failure to break the previous higher low of that market. In this case, it's the highest high, right? This is the highest high. So the market comes down, it forms a lower low. It comes up, it forms a lower high. Comes down, it breaks the previous lower low. It forms a new lower low. It goes up, it fails to break to get anywhere near that previous higher low, right? So this is a clear it's a clear entry. This is now you have identified that the market is in the channel, right? So you start drawing your trend lines, you start identifying your key areas as to okay, this thing, okay, as to saying okay, right, the market, boom, I've identified this, right? So we can see that okay, You want to sell high. So always want to sell high. So the market now is at its highest high. This is where you place your entry. You sell the market all the way down, right? And then one thing important, guys, second thing, you have to pay attention to the momentum of the markets from the current market price. You have to always see that. You have to see it. It's not something that you cannot see. It's there. So let me just show you from a real a trade, like So what I have here is the USDJPY trade. You know, so you can see that I'm in the middle of nowhere. I just saw this nice. It would give us very nice example that we're looking for. So from here we see that the market is creating higher highs, higher lows, 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 higher lows, higher highs, and then boom to the downside, right? So this is what brings us here, right? Let me try it right. How to know when to place an entry. So in this case, we want to what? We want to buy the market, right? I know this is a 4 hour time frame. If maybe for a day trader, like a scalper, is more likely to use a 4 hour time frame for entries and all that. But as a day trader, like you have to you go to a 1 hour time frame to see, okay, identify those channels of yours. It's a very nice thing to do. So okay, the market comes here, gives us a nice engulfing. I don't want to dive into this, so let me focus into knowing when to place an entry. You have to, if the market maybe comes up here, okay, according to your analysis, you are more likely to say, okay, the market, the technique, the fundamentals are saying the market is expensive. I want to sell it, catch it all the way down here. Okay, the market now, from biggest structure, we can see that the market created a lower low, right? This is the lowest low of the market. But then it shot up, it created a higher high, right? From here, the market created a higher high. And then it came back down to give us a new higher low. Now, this is the first higher low right here, right? You can see that this is the first higher low because the market didn't come anywhere near this area right here. So from here, the market went up. From this week, you can see that the market broke the previous higher high. It's right here now. And the market goes down, failing to break the previous low. And then boom. This is where it starts to make sense. Like this is where you say, okay, okay, this is what I'm looking for. First touch, second touch, and then let's do this. First touch, not like first touch, like a higher high, and then right. Okay, okay, right, right. So this is clear enough for us to say the market is in a channel, right? The market is in a channel. So from here, I could have easily said, okay, all right. This is how my channel is going to look like, right? This is how my channel is going to look like. Maybe something like this, maybe this one here, trend line coming all the way. But no, let me fix it to exactly how it was so that we are not confused. And then Now we know that the market is giving us that third three like higher lows on the market and like two higher highs for giving us that ability to draw the trend lines and identify the key areas as to where are these higher highs or where are these higher lows. So now that we see, we don't want to. So from here, this is where we say I'm placing an entry. This is you now know that you are placing an entry. So I don't want to dive into deep as to identifying the candlesticks and knowing like you since you've identified your trend line. Okay, you see that the market is coming to this trend line again, touching the trend line. This is the perfect time to buy. This is the perfect time to buy. So you see that the market shot up, it came down, created a lower high, a higher low, and then went up, created a new higher high, came down, created a new lower, higher low. Yeah, higher low. And then this is where you say, I'm buying this pair. You buy this pair, you can either catch it all the way here to the 90% rule, or you can just catch it all the way up to the next touch of the trend line, which is something dope and simple, guys. So yeah, basically right now I have given you like I have answered the main question of the day, which is how to know when to place an entry. You want to buy high, you want to buy low, and you want to sell high. It's as simple as that. And if maybe you feel like you want to buy and sell in a channel, that's okay, you know. So this for me, okay, this for me, if the market is in this area, these are a lot of entries. These are a lot of entries, right? So I can identify this. This is the entry because I'm buying, right? This is an entry. I'll come back to it. This is an entry. This could be a small entry. Yeah, it is an entry. Like there are a lot of entries. You can see that you cannot miss out on an entry. Like if I scale down to 1 hour time frame, it will be clear enough. This is nice entry as well. No, let me cancel this because what I'll be doing. Right, this is the nice entry. Again, so right now you can see that I've identified a lot of entries, like a lot of entries, like one, two, three, four, five entries in just a period of time. Maybe this could be 3 days or something. No, very short. This is more than 3 days. Ooh, 4 hours. It could be a week or 2 weeks or three. You know, but then that's not the main point. So what you can see, I've drawn a resistant trend line. So you see the market pushing up. This is the correction to the downside. So first thing you see in this, let me just extend this just a little bit for you guys to see. First thing that you see, the market, the candles go to the upside. These are impulse candles. Look at these big things. Look at these big things. Look at these big things. You can identify them. Like they are not disturbed. They are not disturbed. You can tell now that okay, the market is bullish for reals. You know, because when you look at the red candles, you can see that oh, they're disturbed. They're disturbed. They're like there's no momentum as to going down. We are bullish in this instant. So here, if I go down to a 1 hour time frame, it makes it clear and simple. You can see that the market it broke above this trend line. You can see it broke. Look at this week. Let me zoom in. But now I'm giving you something else, guys. I'm giving you something else. So this is the topic for the next session, guys. So I'll dive into it tomorrow or a day. Then it's your boy, Mr. Gentleman T himself. I'm signing off. Peace.